And the army confirmed that all
Yes, guys,
horses had
AMP
been
slash rise up.
accounted for. This all
Look at
started
this.
not far from the barracks over on Wilton Crescent in Belgravia, where the horses got spooked. 5 of them ran off. From there, we know 2 of the runaway horses made it to the Strand, a couple of miles
Wow.
away. Those same 2 went on towards Limehouse in East London, 5 miles away on a main road,
Wow.
where they were eventually rounded up. By mid-morning, the army had collected all of the horses and brought them back to the barracks in Hyde Park. Even though it didn't take too long for them to be recovered, the horses soon went viral, and this photographer couldn't believe what he saw.
The road went silent. There was a sort of an eeriness over the road, and all of a sudden we could hear sort of the hooves of horses at the top of the road, and we could just see against what is a very beige,
Whoa, look at that.
mundane architectural look of
It's
that
bleeding
part,
bad, man.
where these 2 sort of vibrantly coloured horses just appeared.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. It's bleeding
One
bad.
of them the black one slightly collided one of the taxis there, and then they went.
The surreal drama has
Wow.
come to an end. The army confirmed 3 soldiers have been treated for non-life-threatening injuries, and the horses, you ask, they're also safe and being looked after by vets.
Chris Arjard entering, who is the former general counsel of the post office. And there was another photographer there with me. Him and I, we were sort of flicking through our pictures, just sort of chatting. And then all of a sudden,
My broadcast, you know what I
which
mean?
is, usually
Send it
bustling
out.
with buses, taxis, it's a very busy place, especially at rush hour. Felt completely silent. The road was just empty. There was nothing on it. And then we sort of looked towards the top of Aldwych, and 2 horses just sort of started hurtling down from the top. One of them, as you can see there, was black on the right, really distinct jet black, and on the left was a vibrant white horse that had what was saturated, rich red covered over the front. See the other photographer, we ran down to the side of the pavement, as you can see there.
Shit is fast.
Within 15 seconds, the whole thing was over. We photographed them going past. And then they ran down to the bottom of the road, and one of them sort of collided with a taxi cab there before they both went off to Fleet Street.
I mean, we can see from these images, but people are obviously not expecting a horse to suddenly run down the road. People on bikes, people on motorbikes, if there's a green light, they're moving through in London, and they're not looking to the right, are they? I mean, it was astonishing that more people weren't injured, really.
Well, exactly that. I've spent a while in London now. I know a lot of people have been there much longer, but it's certainly the most unusual thing I have seen in London. And you're quite right. Fortunately, at that point, the road was almost empty. There was nothing on the main road on the A4 up until it got to that point. And it is it's fantastic that no one was injured at that point. Obviously, there were a few people that were hospitalised, and we all wish them a very speedy recovery. And it was just so quick. I mean, within 15 seconds, it just, they'd run down and then they were off.
Did you have a chance to get any images yourself?
Yes, so the footage obviously there is running at the moment isn't mine, but I'm a photographer for PA Media, and I was lucky enough to to have seen it with my camera. I've got some stills which you've just been running, where you can clearly see it from the side on, almost. Yeah, there we go. So these pictures here were mine. And yeah, it was just one of those where we were just sort of standing around waiting for the other job, and suddenly out of nowhere 2 horses start hurtling down the road. It was quite astonishing.
It feels like quite a surreal thing to witness.
Yeah, I think that's the way I would describe it as well. It was a very surreal moment. It's not something I would ever expect to see in London, nor would anyone expect to see in London. And obviously, like I said, there were a few casualties with that. And again, we wish them the best of speedy recovery. But yeah, it was a completely surreal moment, and I'm very fortunate to have been there at the right time, at the right place, and caught it on camera for everyone to see.
I mean, you said the whole thing was over in 15 seconds. They are clearly moving at a real speed, weren't they? There was nobody trying to intervene, nobody trying to slow them down or stop them?
No, that's right. So yeah, it was over within a flash. And as you can see in that footage that was playing, they were moving at such a speed. I think it caught most of us by surprise, especially. I mean, we sort of just snapped our necks to the right to see them coming. You can see the speed here. No one tried to intervene. I mean, obviously, when you see they get to the bottom and there's a few cyclists that have obviously passed the green light that are sort of looking on in awe, in shock. But no, fortunately, no one tried to intervene. Because they're such huge animals. I think we have to leave it to the professionals to able to, to intercept them as they have done already.
And as you said, the road was quite quiet, which is unusual for the rush hour in London. It's merciful, really, that more people weren't there.
Yes, exactly, because I clocked it was about 8:30, 8:31 when they went past us, which is what you say is sort of prime time for rush hour, especially in a busy part of central London. It fell completely silent. It was very eerie. To see the colours of these horses, the pearly white with the saturated rich red on it from the blood, and obviously the jet black horse. It was just they just emerged from what is a very mundane coloured landscape, and in that part of central London, and you could just notice them immediately, and it was over in a flash.